The escalating Iran-Israel conflict puts the United States in a precarious position, facing intense pressure to intervene, even as it seeks to avoid another costly entanglement in West Asia. At the heart of this dilemma is a question: will America be drawn into the Iran-Israel war? The U.S. Embassy in Israel, struck by an Iranian missile on Monday, the first strike on an American diplomatic facility in this conflict, points at escalation concerns bigger than ever. Though, at least so far, the U.S. has spoken of restraint, there is also no denying that powerful forces are pushing America closer to deeper involvement. First, Israel's call. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has formally requested U.S. military support to target Iran's deeply buried Fordo uranium enrichment site. Israeli officials confirmed they lack the capability to destroy this facility independently. Secondly, there is mounting domestic political pressure on President Trump from within his own party. Former Vice President Mike Pence stated that if Israel needs U.S. help to destroy Iran's nuclear program, the United States should be prepared to do it, calling Israel its most cherished ally. Republican senators and hawks in Washington have urged Trump to go all in, including providing bombs or flying with Israel. And not to be missed, the direct attacks on U.S. interests, such as the attack on the embassy in Tel Aviv. Looking forward, Tehran could also attack international shipping in the Gulf or Red Sea, triggering a global energy crisis and potentially forcing U.S. intervention. But the U.S. entering the conflict carries immense dangers. Iran has vowed retaliation against any country aiding Israel. About 40,000 U.S. troops are currently in West Asia, with their bases, embassies and naval vessels facing immediate missile attacks from Iran or its proxies. If Iran feels its regime is existentially threatened, it might accelerate its nuclear program to develop a weapon, leading to an even more dangerous security landscape. And an economic fallout will be global. The Strait of Hormuz, a crucial choke point for 20% of the world's oil, could become a war zone, causing energy prices to spike and destabilizing global markets. Tensions are simmering and Israel is pressing forward, and the risk of the regional war is spiraling out of control, with potential U.S. involvement remaining dangerously real. These crises could very well define President Trump's second term. Mr. Daniel Levy is the president of the U.S. West Asia Project, is now joining us live from London. Mr. Levy, thank you very much for making time for us. Do you think there is any potential that the U.S. will get involved in this war?
I do. I think you're asking exactly the right question, and that is precisely where the efforts of the Israeli leadership are leading. There is a strong sense that this can only go to the next level of Israel achieving its goals if they can drag the US in, and there is a very concerted effort to do so. And from the perspective of where we are right now, it appears to be gaining ground. There's a fight within MAGA, the Make America Great Again movement. There's a fight within Trump world, America first or Israel first. And it feels like the neoconservative hawks who want America to join this are in the ascendancy. The caveat is, at the moment, but Israel will do everything to undermine negotiations, to provoke, to try and drag America in. One should even be on the lookout for false flag operations, as one would in a situation like this, Alec.
Mr. Levy, there are concerns about Iran's threat, because Iran is saying that any country, including the United States, if it aids Israel, then they will be met with the same force as Israel. So what do you make of that threat from Iran? And what could Iran do, by the way?
Yes, and one would expect that, right? War takes place in the arena of actual weaponry, actual targeting. War takes place in the informational arena, of course. You would not expect Iran to say, if you join this, there's not much we can do. So I think they may be talking a bigger game than what they're capable of. But you helped walk your audience through the broader implications of what might happen. And in that respect, there will be asymmetrical capabilities, very possibly at the disposal of Iran, whether that comes to the effect on shipping through the Hormuz Straits, which you mentioned, whether something that Iran really, I think, wants to avoid, which is to do things that get it on the wrong side of the states in the Gulf, who Iran has drawn closer to in recent years and who I think are trying to play a de-escalatory role. But if they fail, then I think they may be drawn into this. That's part of the threat. You have American assets in the region. So this isn't going to... Look, I think we have to right-size this, okay? This is not America getting sucked into the Iraq war. There's no regime change, bringing democracy, troops on the ground. But this is also unlikely to be a cakewalk. And I think the real question is Trump convinced by Netanyahu and his own hawks, evangelicals, neocons, that this can be done low cost? Or will the argument win out that, Mr. President, this is not going to advance your broader agenda? This is too costly, too risky, not what your voters brought you to the White House for.
All right, we'll have to wait and see what happens in America and if America will get involved. But let's talk about another topic that is of concern right now, Mr. Levy. Israel has targeted multiple Iranian nuclear program sites but has not been able to destroy Iran's Fordo uranium enrichment facility. My question to you is, what does Israel need to destroy Iran's Fordo facility? Very quickly.
Well, it goes right back to what we've been discussing, Alec. It seems that only America has the likely capacity to do that. Of course, there's a danger, and the IAEA have pointed this out, that it is reckless to attack these facilities. And therefore, that is in itself a violation of many of those protocols. Israel, of course, is a nuclear power. Israel is not an NPT member, but it will probably need America to do that. In the meantime, I think the Israelis can also notch up another victory, which is that we're looking at these images, Alec. We're not looking at what's going on in Gaza, in the West Bank, continued mass killing, starvation, ethnic cleansing of the Palestinians. So let's not pretend that that's a separate story. It's also part of why Israel is shifting the basis of the engagement here.
All right. Mr. Daniel Levy, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you for talking to us today.
It's a pleasure, Alex. Thank you.